Persona 3 Reload might not be the definitive remake edition that everybody thought it was gonna be. As I actually originally people went to an IGN article. I refuse to go to IGN for numerous reasons. I don't go to people who steal content from YouTubers, and plus, I don't trust the video game news journalists in general here in the West. Famitsu, I think, is Japanese, right? Right, so they're clean. So, yeah. And ironically enough, I actually did something called wait for more information rather than jump on the bandwagon of being really upset and mad for no fucking reason. Because ironically enough, people are upset that the answer and I'm adding another and the FemC Kotome is not going to be added to Persona 3 Reloaded. Now, Kotome, I understand, most likely, logically due to the fact that they would have to actually now make her a whole new model from the ground up along with all of her own female social links, and then at the end of it, that just takes a lot of time. Probably even more time, and they mostly want to get this game out within 2024. They don't want to have to pull a Persona 5, and then that game gets delayed after just being announced for 2024, then it comes out in 2027. We all know that we don't want that, so most likely, yeah, we got the game decently well done. Let's now just finish making it completely good. Now, to the answer, I have this burning question for anybody who's a fan of Persona 3. Why do you all want the answer? Because, from what I've gathered, I'm being genuinely honest here. I have only seen one answer where people talk positively about the answer, gameplay-wise and video-wise, story-wise. And it's from the YouTuber. Oh, wow, I really hope that this doesn't get stupidly bad. Bubble tea? Yeah, bubble tea, right? Part of my brain wants to say boba for some reason. In where he actually made a long video, a good long video, explaining to why the answer is good. Meanwhile, there's more than one video saying why the answer is bad and or trash, via either story or gameplay-wise reasons. And along with that, can I also just add into the fact of my own personal statements on how I very much am annoyed with the fact and how people were reporting on this news or information? One, because a bunch of people just took what IGN said from the jump, rather than wait for actual news or more news or information for the devs to actually clarify, because it was kind of wishy-washy with what they were trying to actually say. Nolly, for example, in where he actively does acknowledge this information, but then decides to still keep his rant section going within that video. I don't hate Gnarly, but I question why put that in. Maybe it's because of the fact that you wanted to make sure that the actual video worked with the thumbnail that you put in for the title. Again, I'm not throwing shade, although I very much am, because my guy, what the fuck? It feels like a massive amount of tonal whiplash because you're getting up in all arms, getting heated as fuck over here, but then you're like, oh, well, it looks like the FES content will be added along with the portable content, but the FMC won't be added in. So, yeah. And the game is still bad, and the devs are bad for not including new stuff. Like, what the fuck? Like, I could understand if someone didn't know, and in the heat of the moment, made a video talking about this shit. Hell, there's a whole Famitsu article that was released here that I'm going to put in the description for you all to read, but I'm going to read the most important part because that's going to be the part that is going to make or break the game for you, because for some reason, and I understand why, because everybody likes the FemC. See, they want her to be included into more shit and not just be acknowledged but never actually be given more shit to do. And I get that. I understand that. I respect that. I respect that people care about her. But personally, I have not played through the FemC's round Persona 3 Portable yet. I haven't even finished the male's route yet. So let Papa Conrad just be brutally honest. If the devs don't want to add her in or can't add her in at this current point in time, they should not be forced to. because I'd rather have a more polished product than a product that half-ass adds in a character and then it for be bad for everybody. I'm pretty sure we all as a community can agree that, yo, as much as we love the FMC, do we want her to be in at her best or to be added in at her mediocre or worst? Think about it logically, because if you're willing to take her at her worst, that's not good. Good. If anything, it's an insulting thing to the actual game and playing character. But anyway, let me just read this. Speaking of the main story Persona 3, there's also works called Persona 3 Fez, which is based on the original release with various additions and changes, and Persona 3 Portable, which you can select a premium character. How will Persona 3 Reloaded be positioned in relation to these? I like to clear things up so there is no misunderstanding. Persona 3 Reload is a project that was conceived as a remake for the original Persona 3 for current platforms. Therefore, it does not include additional story scenarios. The additional story scenario, aka the answer that was added in Fest, or the female protagonist. However, that does not mean the elements added to the main story of Fest are not included in Reload at all. This remake has a substantial volume. By including the side stories mentioned earlier, the total number of voice lines is one of the highest in the series. The reason for the increase in voices is not just limited to the side stories, but we'll be talking about that at a later date. Okay, again, we're not going to know more until they tell us later down the line. And along with that, they are going to add in a system that most likely allows characters that didn't get a lot of moments to shine, or you didn't really get to connect with them deep enough to actually be given. It's most likely going to be different from Social Links. Maybe it's going to be a confidant style system, meaning that male party members, Akihiko, Junpei, Shinjiro, Ken, Koromaru, we only got to walk the dog, Koromaru, and Persona 3 Fest, and in Portable, Koromaru, only the FMC actually had a social link with Koromaru. Can I just state how angry I am at that? Like, why can't I befriend a dog? Come on, why the fuck couldn't I? Because I'm a man? I can't dap up a dog? Truly, we live in a society. But again, that sounds like we're still gonna get a lot of the content that was added within Fest. So again, I have to ask this very grandiose question: why the fuck did people get so quick to be so stupid about this? This is like a big nothing burger that people made up in their heads. And I get it, you're upset that the FMC won't be included. I understand that. I feel for you. I truly do. But let me make this thoroughly clear. If, and I mean this, if you think that the FMC not being included means that this game is already trash and garbage in your own head, you're an idiot. That's just one feature. It should be if the game doesn't run well. It should be if the game has a shit ton of bugs. It should be if the game doesn't look good. Like it looks like complete and utter garbage dookie doo-doo. It makes E.T., the Atari E3, look like, I don't know, insert a platinum game here or Elden Ring, or insert From Software game here. Yeah. We're still most likely going to have all of this, which will be new personas, the arcana type stats, skill sets being tweaked, some treasure chests, secret videos, taking Koromaru on walks, social links being modified, a social link for Aigis, the Mamandes, that's several new quests, new costumes, Naganaki Shrine, and a hard mode. Plus, just because as we're most likely not going to get the answer as an additional story mode, although this is just my own headcanon, so I'm just going to stop there. Again, I understand why people are mad that the FMC isn't going to be included. I get that, but this really felt like a bunch of some people were mad and upset and decided rather than to just calm down and think logically and to wait for more information, they jumped the gun and decided to spread more falsehoods. Again, you know what the ironic thing is? This is most likely from a community that's played Persona 4 and knows what Persona 4 was telling people to not spread falsehoods or believe what you want to believe in a false narrative, but rather to pursue the truth. Ironically, these same people decide to believe in a false narrative rather than wait for more information. Now, most people say, but it's not a false narrative. The answer in Son of M0 can be added. Okay. Keep note, there are people who don't like the answer, which is, ironically enough, a majority of people. If there weren't, there'd be multiple videos talking about why the answer is amazing, why the answer is so great, but yet there's the opposite. I can only find one video talking about why the answer is good. Ironically enough, I found multiple videos showing gameplay footage and walkthroughs and cutscenes of the answer, but I couldn't find ones talking about why the answer is flawed or how it's problematic because of how it plays, and it's so annoyingly difficult. Again, I haven't played the answer, so I can't even talk about the answer in any sort of way for your convenience. Again, just like with the FMC. But what if Atlas decided took the people's negativity towards the very concept of the answer and decided, you know what, let's not add the answer in because people don't like it. So which then it's your own fault. Now, the FMC, I don't really know. Now, maybe it's just because they don't want to add it in because it would take too long to what they originally are planning on doing. To which then, by that case, can you really even blame them? They most likely just want to try and get this game and to be as good as possible, and they don't want to rush having to add in new stuff that's mostly going to not gel or mesh well. That should be understandable for everybody. So, again, that's just me. I'm not saying to throw shade or hate at anybody who has done this, but Lord Almighty, I just wish that these people would wait before they jump to their fucking conclusions. Because it makes an ass out of you and everybody who believes in you, who trusts you. Like, for fudge's sake, think before you talk. Or rather, think before you speak and be rational before you jump the goddamn gun, and then everybody pays because of it. But that's all I gotta say for this, and anyway, it's up to you guys whether you want to still buy the game or not. I'm not telling y'all to buy it. I'm never going to tell y'all to do anything. It's your money, it's your life. You have to choose. So yeah. But hey, if you want to call them out for being idiots, go right fucking ahead. I ain't stopping you. It's your that's the conclusion that you've come to. But even then, be respectful. Oh wait, did I just make an call action? Please don't do anything, actually. I just realized I might have done something really dangerous with that. But regardless, be respectful, be logical, and don't be an asshat. And now it seems like the record I'm using is scratching. Well, without further ado, after that long annoying pause, this is me signing off. Please be sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell, and notify any of all future uploads. This is me signing off. Bye. I'm sorry if I offended any one of you who likes the answer or the FMC. I'm sorry. Actually, know what? Hold on. Let me just go off on what I think they could actually do. Because I've just been being a dick to those who are getting really upset. Here's what they could do optionally. They could release another $60 game, or $70, I don't know what's going to happen, in where they now have the Fez and FMC added. Or they could add them in as DLC later. Or heck, maybe they're lying to our fucking faces and they're just testing to see how stupid we are. You never know. Or heck, maybe they have an entirely new additional story scenario added into the original remake just remake that's going to be better than the answer. Seriously, that's what I'm just going to say. Anyway, until next time, guys, please be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell to notify you in any and all future uploads. Without further ado, this is Connor Valone, now actually signing off. Bye.